right, everybody. So this is going to be for the rocket mineral exam review. And so we're going to start with question one. And so question one says, the sequence of diagram below represents the gradual geologic changes in layer X located just below Earth's surface. What type of sedimentary rock was formed at layer X? All right, so therefore, what we're going to do is there's something about the diagrams that's going to give us clues as to how to solve this problem. So we know that definitely it's a sedimentary rock, right, was formed at layer X. What do we know that I'm seeing continuously for layer X? I see accumulating dead plants, slowly decaying plants, and former plant materials. So I know that it's a sedimentary rock that has to deal with having plant material, decaying plants. So these key words that I'm seeing, plants, decaying plants, having plant material, that's going to give us a clue as to what the answer will be. So now, if you remember, what page on the reference tables talks about sedimentary rocks? So if we take a look, we go and we're going to see that it is page 7. So on page 7, we take a look, right, where the category states, and it states sedimentary rock. So therefore, I'm looking for a sedimentary rock that has to do with some sort of plant or plant materials. And I see right here, it states compacted plant remains. And when I'm looking at the rock, it says bituminous coal. And that's going to be my rock. And so therefore, when I go back, I realize that it's going to be choice D, which is coal. All right, let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 says obsidian's glassy texture indicates that it formed where? All right, so obsidian's glassy texture indicates that it formed where? So the fact that I see that it's obsidian, right? There's a page on the reference table that talks about what category obsidian would be. Is it a sedimentary rock? Is it a metamorphic rock? Or is it an igneous rock? So I'm going to scroll through. I don't see obsidian on page 7. I don't see it for metamorphic rocks. I don't see it for sedimentary rocks. Let's look at page 6. And if you take a look, I see obsidian right here. Now, when you look at your question, you're going to notice that it says obsidian has a glassy texture. Obsidian has a glassy texture, right? It states it right over here. It has a glassy texture. So therefore, when I take a look, I see glassy texture located right over here. All right. And so when I find out what type of igneous rock it is, it's going to tell me the characteristics about it. So when I look back on the question, they want to know where it was created and whether it formed slowly or quickly. So when I'm looking at my glassy texture for obsidian, I see that it is an extrusive rock. Now the prefix X, right, like exit, it means that it was formed outside, right? Not inside of the earth, but on the surface of the earth. Extrusive means that it was formed on the surface, on Earth's surface. All right. So we know it has to be formed on Earth's surface because it is an extrusive rock. Now the second thing we need to figure out, does it form slowly or does it form quickly? So therefore, what we have to realize is, let's say, for example, if you had a cookie, Will it cool faster if you left it in the oven, or will it cool faster if you left it outside of the oven? And so you know that it would cool faster if it was left outside of the oven. So just like it was formed on the surface of the earth, it's going to cool quicker than it was formed inside of the earth. So we know that extrusive rocks, they cool quickly. They cool quickly. And so when I go back to my problem, what am I looking for? Obsidian's glass detector indicates that it formed quickly on the Earth's surface. And so that is for number 2. All right, let's look at number 3. Now we're looking at number 3. So number 3 says that the diagram below shows a drill core of sediment that was taken from the bottom of a lake. Which type of rock most likely formed from compaction and cementation of these sediments? So there are key things that lets me know what type of rock that this is, okay? So number 1, I know that it involves compaction and cementation, right? Compaction and cementation, there's only one type of rock that goes through that process of compaction cementation. If you look on page 6, where I see the word compaction and cementation, it points to what type of rock? A sedimentary rock. So I know I'm dealing with a sedimentary rock, right? So therefore, what else do I know about this rock that can help me out? Okay, so I see the fact that it says that it has sand sediments, right? It has sand sediments and it has calcite deposits. Sand sediments and calcite deposits. So I'm going to take a look on page, what page, everybody? Page 7, right? Where we see sedimentary rock. So I'm looking for 2 rocks, one that has calcite, right? Calcite deposits, and another one that has sand sediments. So when I'm looking, one of the things that I realize is that sand sediments is right here where it says grain size. So one rock that has sand sediments is going to be sandstone. All right. The other thing that I see is that this needs to have, these rocks need to have calcite deposits. Where do I see the word calcite? I see it right over here. And it lets me know that this is dealing with limestone. So my 2 rocks are limestone and sandstone. And so when I look back on my question, I notice that it's going to be choice A, sandstone and limestone. There'll be, look for the next video for the rest of these questions.